So what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If we have not yet met, this is our first time ever meeting. Well, my name is Peter Roberts, guys. First off, I'm so incredibly humbled and grateful to have you here. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my road to $100,000 at age 22. And more importantly, guys, I'm going to share with you exactly what I did and how I have zero debt in my life at age 22. Now, if you're just tuning into the channel, first off, I would love for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well as smash the thumbs up button. It truly goes a long way. Now, the reason I wanted to share with you guys this video is because I've been inspired by people my age, 18, 22, 30-year-olds. And guess what? People between 18 and 22, the average debt is around $22,000. Now, in this video, I want to break down exactly, guys, how I save money, how I invest my money, how I grow my money, and more importantly, guys, how I avoid going into the debt. And just break down my story, what I did at a young age that is setting me up to become financially free at a young age, as well as, guys, hopefully making me that future millionaire. So break down exactly what I did, some of the hard decisions that I made that truly set me up to just build success, wealth in my life. So guys, jumping into this video, I want to first start off with the young me. Who was I when I was a young kid? Now, in order to start building wealth or saving $100,000, you have to start making money somehow. Now, the first way that I started making money in my life as an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old was going out there to side hustling. Now, something about me was that I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit. I've always been the kid in the neighborhood when it would snow, when it would need my neighbor's power wash decked. Well, guess what? I would be the kid doing it. My friends were having fun. I knew that I would find a way to make money. So the first thing I want to share with you guys at age 8, 10, 12, 15 years old as a teenager, I began making a lot of money, $200, $300 a day, going out there just hustling in the summers, cutting grass, mowing lawns, shoveling snow in the winter. And guess what? This really started my journey of saving a lot of money. Looking back, what really got me ahead of the ball at a young age was that, well, I was working when my friends were not working, which allowed me to save a lot of money at a young age. I was literally taking cash, stacking it underneath my mattress, and I started to have $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 by the age of 15. And I was out here just crushing it, grinding, and just really starting my journey as an entrepreneur. Now, for me, I played soccer in high school. One of the first things that I wanted to do when I was old enough, 16 years old, I believe, I decided to get my first job bussing tables at Mike's Crab House. It was a very fancy restaurant on the water. I was absolutely slaying it. And guess what? I was making around $200 to $300 every day. After high school, what I would do is I'd go to the restaurant. My dad would drop me off, and then my mom would pick me up around 9 to 10 at night and go back to school and repeat. But the first thing that I did when I was young was I started this journey of opening up a savings account. At age 15, 16, I remember my mom taking me to the bank. We signed up a custodial savings account, and I really started saving a lot of money when I was young. I didn't want to spend my money on nothing. My parents engraved in my head, continue to save, continue to save, continue to save. And this was the first thing I did. And more importantly, today, these habits that my parents taught me have reflected and helped save me a lot of money in my life. Now, right now, I'm hanging out in my new apartment that I just got with my brother, but this all was able to be possible through saving money. I realized it's important to save money because you can't invest money, you can't grow money, you can't build wealth for yourself if you don't have money to save. So right there in high school and before high school, I was hustling, I was finding ways to make money, I was becoming that entrepreneur, and also got my first job. Now, my senior year, this whole game plan really started to change. I started to take financial freedom very importantly. Not only did I begin investing money now, I started my first Robinhood brokerage account, which literally allowed me to start leveraging my cash that I was making and start investing my money, because I knew that my money sitting in the savings account was not really effective. I was making no money on my savings account, and I had a really successful mentor. Actually, my girlfriend's father at the time would told me, start investing in index funds, ETFs. I really didn't know what this meant. I began learning, I began investing, and more importantly, I started growing my money and my wealth in the stock market at a young age. A huge decision that really impacted my wealth. Now today at age 22, we have a brokerage account. I'll show a little picture right here of over almost $60,000 invested in the stock market through individual stocks, through index funds and ETFs. Now at age 22, having $60,000 in the stock market with literally zero debt in my name is an absolute incredible feeling. And more importantly, I feel like there are so many more opportunities that can come into my life. I can be more risky at a younger age because I have this cash that I can go invest. And more importantly, I have this cash that's continuing to grow. And more importantly, I continue to invest around $200 to $400 every week, as well as almost $1,000 every month investing in the stock market. So the stock market has been a great position for me to continue to grow, but it's time to get back into the story. Sorry, I always get so so fired up about talking about the stock market. But I'll share with you guys the next huge decision that really started to build wealth in my life. And yes, we got a little bit of notes because I don't want to miss anything. And this was my huge senior decision. So as a senior in high school, one of the biggest decisions that I made was to go out there and start my own business. I wanted to go out there and start my first lawn and landscaping business. Now, the reason I wanted to start this business, I had no experience in business. I was always a hustler, but I knew I could find a way to make money. There was a kid that come to school with a push mower. He would come to school with a trailer and his truck, and he would absolutely slay it, making money. I knew he was killing it. So I was like, hey, if he can do it, kind of like everything that I do in my life, then I can do it as well. So what I decided to do is I had my friend Brennan at the time join me, start this landscaping and lawn care business. Our relationship didn't work out so much. He's still my friend today. But at the time, I took my dad's truck, my dad's push mower, my dad's blower, and guess what? I went on knocking on doors. I had my mom advertise that I'm starting this business, and right there, I started landing my first customers. And the first few weeks were tough. I was working at the farm at the time, and I decided to leave the farm where I was making around $15 an hour, and I decided to take mowing full-time in the summer. Now, this was a huge decision because I realized that I can go out and push mow, make $40, $50 every day mowing one lawn, or I could work on a farm for 8 hours and make $60 a day. It didn't make sense. So what I knew is I needed to grow my lawn business. This was going to make me a lot more money, and more importantly, I quit the job and took the lawn mowing business full time. And right there after the first summer, I would say, guys, I made around over $20,000 to $30,000 saved through this business. It was an absolute grind. It was a hustle. During the summers, my friend would be like, hey, let's go out on vacation. Let's go do the beach. Let's go hang out somewhere. And I was like, hey, I'm focused. I want to make money. I have to cut grass this week. And so many people said, hey, why are you doing that? Why are you so focused on making money at a young age? It's summer. You're 17, 18 years old. Go live it up. But for me, guys, I tell you what, in my DNA, I'm getting chills. I've always been so driven to build something for myself. I've always wanted to make more money. And more importantly, guys, I started this business without having any debt. I was using the money for my Christmas presents. I started to make money, save money, guys. And this really allowed me to have a comfortable nest egg in my life. Now, the second big decision my senior year was to start purchasing a truck. Now, I feel like so many decisions that we make at a young age truly influences if we're going to go into that $20,000, $50,000, $60,000 of debt. And for me, this big decision was purchasing a new vehicle. Now, at the time, I was sharing a truck with my brother. And I thought, hey, it's time for me to get a new car. Now, the reason I wanted to get a new truck is because he was going away with his life. I needed a reliable vehicle. And I just didn't think that the Tacoma that I was driving with over 260,000 miles on it was going to last me much longer and help me run this business. So I decided to go purchase a 2018 black Tacoma and really start this business getting a little bit of cash heavy. Now, I was scared. Now, I can't lie to you guys on camera. I promise you, I told my parents, I'm starting a YouTube channel. I can't lie to them. But thankfully, my parents have been so grateful for me, and I'm so blessed that they were able to help support me. So this truck was $30,000. Now, at the time, I took $15,000 out of my savings account and put a down payment on my truck. And the next day, my parents came with me and paid off the truck. So right then and there, without my parents, this would not be possible. I was able to purchase my full truck without going into debt. And more importantly, guys, I had a truck. I had a little trailer now, and more importantly, I had a business that I was running that was generating cash flow in my life. So I no longer had to pay for anything. I had all my expenses covered, and more importantly, I was living at home, making money through my business, and now I started to save a tremendous amount of money. Now, once I was saving money, guess what? I was deploying it back into my business, back into the stock market, which was growing my money, making me more money while I was continuing to make more money in my life. Now, a second huge decision that came into my life is a huge decision I think so many people get roped into that really sets them up for failure deeper down the line. And this was the decision to go away to college. Now, for me, like I said, I tore my ACL on my birthday. I had to retract my Division I athlete scholarship to play at James Madison University. I was a soccer player. So I decided to stay home for a year. But this was one of the greatest decisions that I made in my life. And more importantly, guys, is the exact reason why I have no debt in my life. Now, at age 22, it's hard, or at the time I was 20, 19 years old, going away to college seems like the best thing to do. Your friends are going out partying, drinking, not worrying about life. This huge vacation that college promotes. Well, guess what? I couldn't do that. I had to stay at home with my parents. Yeah, and when I was with my parents, well, guess what? Every day after school, after rehab, I was going out there mowing lawns, building my business, focused on making more money, stacking up more cash in my life. My mattress was continuing to get lifted of all the cash that I was making, guys. I was so eager, I was so focused. And more importantly, guys, my college tuition at AACC was less than $1,200 every year. So the first semester, I also had a soccer scholarship, which brought it down to $600. My parents were like, hey, Peter, well, guess what? We'll pay for your college the first semester and also the second semester. So out of college, after I got my associate's degree, after 2 years of a business transfer degree, I decided to transfer to a 4-year college. But also when I transferred, I had no debt in my life. I was running a business, still making this huge decision. Should I go to a 4-year college to pursue a business degree, or should I stay at home, drop out of college, and run this business full time? I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was lost. But I knew, most importantly, guys, I didn't want to go into debt. So when I made the decision to go to the University of Maryland to pursue this degree, because I thought it was the right thing to do. I thought this was the best thing to do to set me up for success, which came out to be one of the worst decisions I made, because guess what? Now I had a $6,000 tuition bill that my dad thankfully paid for the first semester, for the first semester only. But let me explain more of the story. I also had to pay $650 every month to my landlord because I was now living off campus. Now, the reason I was able to afford this is because I had the entrepreneurial mindset. And check out my older YouTube videos. I would literally go into thrift stores, and I was running an eBay business from my dorm. Instead of going out on Friday nights, instead of going out on Wednesday nights, all these nights that college promotes about drinking, well, guess what? After class, I was going to thrift stores. I was buying used men's and women's clothes. I talk about it all on my YouTube channel, and then reselling it on my eBay store and making around $1,000 to $2,000 profit every month selling for my college dorm. So this is my first business that allowed me to really save money. And more importantly, guys, I didn't want any debt. I didn't want to dip into my investments. I didn't want to dip into my savings, which allowed me to save more money and actually make money while I was at college. A huge accomplishment, something I'm so grateful about. And more importantly, guys, this is the huge decision that now eventually happened. So my first semester at college was decent. I get an internship, but guys, something happened that we all have been impacted by. COVID-19 hits. I decided to move back at home, and I decided to finish out my next semester. The problem is I had time to think about college. Did I want to do it? Do I want to have to now pay $6,000 to continue my education? And I decided right then and there that college was not right for me. I decided to drop out of college, which meant that I no longer had debt. I could focus full time on my business, which now meant I can start saving, investing, and growing my wealth for my future self. Now, looking back, this was a huge decision in my life. My parents were a little concerned. My friends, I was nervous. I couldn't tell anyone because I was scared they were going to judge me. But this decision led to be one of the best decisions that I ever made in my life. Now, what really allowed me to grow my wealth, now, at the time at college, I probably had $50,000 saved. I was investing. I was doing well for myself. But guys, I needed to grow more income in my life. So after I dropped out of college, I began to drop in on my passions and careers. I started to build multiple sources of income, from building a brand on TikTok, getting monetized through the Creator Fund, going out there and building multiple businesses on the social media agency that I was starting, as well as I partnered with a tree company. I was doing sales for another company while running my business. I had my hands full. Now, in this moment in my life, at age 21, probably where I was at, or 22, I was able to be at home again, not have to worry about college. Now, all the time that I would use going to class, all the time that I would use going to these BS classes that were wasting my time, I could use this time, use this valuable time to start scaling businesses, start making more money in my life. And over this, 3 to 6 month period, guys, after dropping out, I was able to scale my income to finally make over $10,000 in a month at age 21 and age 22. A huge accomplishment that I've always wanted to achieve, but this all came from dropping out of college. Now, this $10,000 that I saved continued to repeat. The next month I made $12,000. The next month I made $17,000, and I continued to grow my wealth, which meant I had more money to save, which meant I had more money to invest, which allowed me to leverage my money and, more importantly, stay out of debt. So through this journey, guys, from a young hustler, from a young entrepreneur, from focusing on investing my money in the stock market, to go out there and growing my money, from always saving, I had the opportunity to go out there and buy new watches. I had the opportunity to go flex on my friends, to go buy bottle services at the bars, to go out there and seem like I was a big baller. But one of the greatest ambitions that I have for you is just to be humble. Think about your future, and every day, every dollar that I was making, every dollar that I had coming into my life. First off, I was grateful. I was so thankful that money was coming abundantly into my life. But secondly, guys, I knew that I needed to do the right thing with my money. Now, so many people our age, guys, and the reason that I wanted to make this video at age 22, it might be hard to comprehend is that we want to go out there, we want to make money, we want to spend money, we want to look rich, we want to flex all our peers, all our friends, make us look like we're successful. But for me, this was never something that I wanted to do. Now, I always thought about my future. I've always thought about building financial freedom, because one day, guys, I want to have generational wealth in my life. I want to be the guy, the last name in my family that really builds wealth for my family, to never have to worry about money, to never worry about how much money I'm spending. And more importantly, guys, I'm trying to do that right now in my life. So this is a little bit about my journey, from dropping out of college, from no longer going into debt, from starting businesses, from multiplying my income, how I'm growing my money, how I'm investing it back into my businesses, how I'm investing in cryptocurrencies, how I'm investing in new opportunities. And more importantly, guys, every day as I wake up at 22-year-old, grateful to see my net worth. We're grateful to know that I have over $100,000 to my name, saved with no debt. Feel very confident with my finances and just so grateful for everything I've done in my life. I reflect on the times when I was young and I had $1,000 saved, when I had $2,000 saved, when I had $3,000 saved, when I had $5,000 saved, when I made $500 shoveling snow at age 12, 15, 16 years old. Going out there and just grinding, getting sweaty, going out there and just doing whatever I could to make a penny has always been in my DNA. And this has all led to my journey. This has all led to my goals. This has all led to me being able to save money. And more importantly, guys, has kept me on track to really start building wealth for myself and hopefully becoming that future millionaire, all from what I'm doing at 22. So guys, this was a long journey from 15 years old and now 22 years old. It's been a constant struggle of how can I make money, how can I invest money, and how can I think about my future? And more importantly, guys, is staying disciplined. About life is about decisions. I met with people through my journey as a financial advisor over the summer of last year that were making an absolute insane amount of money, $300,000, $400,000 with $1,000 saved. So guys, what I want to share with you guys, the final kind of takeaway for this video is not about how much money you make, it's about what you do with your money, what you think about, how you can stay disciplined, and more importantly, the habits that you do in your life that's going to allow you to really build wealth, as well as allow you to become financially successful in your life. So that's kind of my strategy, what I've done over these past, some type of years. More importantly, guys, I'm just so grateful to share with you my story, and my focus on the next 5 to 10 years is to become that millionaire, as well as to avoid debt at all costs, continue to build wealth, continue to deploy my money into the stock market. Other assets are going to grow my money, and more importantly, guys, is help as many people learn how to leverage their money, how to grow their money. And I'm just feeling like I'm so passionate about sharing my story because I just don't feel like enough people are educated about what to do with their money. We're told through the college system, I'm going to rant here a little bit. We're told through the college system to go get a job, to make a lot of money, to buy the BMW, to go out there and flex on people, to make yourself look successful, to buy the new house at age 30. I just want you guys to think about your future. I just want to think about how can you do things that other people are not doing. It's going to set you up for the future. And a principle that I continue to live with every day is do things that others are not, and you're going to see amazing results in your life. And that's exactly what I've done. And more importantly, guys, I've continued to not let my friends know. I've continued to be very humble, very kind of stingy when I'm going out, because I want to save as much money as possible, invest the most amount of money I can, and more importantly, take on more opportunities. So I'm just so grateful for you guys tuning in and listening. If there's anything I can do for you guys, if there's any comments, questions, or concerns, make sure you drop them below. This is my story, guys. More tips, finance, business, entrepreneur, more vlog stuff, guys. I'm so grateful to take this channel serious in 2021, and I can't wait to share with you guys my life, and let's do this together. I love you guys so much. You guys mean so much for me. I'm so grateful for everyone that I've really connected with. Everyone has DM'd me, so please, please, please hit me up. I'll see you guys in the next video, and if you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, that would be a little bummer. I would be a little upset, but it's totally okay. Maybe the next video will win you over. But go ahead and like this video at the end and let me hear your thoughts below. Love you guys so much. Take care and peace out.